the corner. My camera's on. Yeah. Ready? All right, we're going to bring the August 17th, 2021 Lakeway Special Recreation Association Board of Directors regular board meeting to order.
All right, I'm trying to turn this down. I'm mute. I just can't turn the volume down.
Yeah, it's like we've been doing this forever and can't figure it out.
My pen is not 1999 like mine.
All right, roll call. We have Kelly.
We got to do the pledge of allegiance.
Oh, yeah.
Pledge of allegiance.
The flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now we can roll
Now
call.
we can roll call. Kelly, still here. Greg Lewis.
Here.
Jay Kelly.
Here.
Jim Randall. Tina Hassett. Greg Vitale.
Here.
And Kristen.
And die. I think she's on the iPhone.
All right, any public comments?
And we have a couple of visitors. Anybody that wants to speak today? We have iPhone and Belinda.
No.
So,
Now to item number 3, general functions. Item 1, motion to accept treasurer's report.
I'll make that motion. Greg Lewis.
Other grade.
Any conversation or questions or comments regarding the treasurer's report? All right, hearing none, we'll do a roll call.
Greg Lewis.
Yes.
Jay Kelly.
Yes?
Jim Randall.
Yes.
Greg Vitale.
Yes.
And Kelly. Yeah.
she's not here today.
Moving on to item number 2, payment of bills. Looking for approval of accounts payable in the amount of $147,377.07, which may include lodging and travel expenses.
I'll make that motion. Greg Lewis.
Second, Greg Vitale.
All right, any comments on the accounts payable?
Just a little bit, just, the payroll was a little high this month because of summer camp, and everything was in full swing there. So that's why it was a little bit higher than most. And we did make a couple payments to the EDU markings, which we got a grant for that, $10,000. So just some high things that came in that we paid for this month. We got a lift that was donated by the foundation, which was high, and then our Paderma bill came in. So we had a couple things that was really high this month. We also had the 20,000 Amex, which included a lot of the hotel expenses for the national tournament. So that's why this one was a little high. It's usually high this month at the end of camp and supplies. So it's nothing out of the norm that usually happens. It's a busy time in our world. So
How's call one working out for you? We switched about a year ago.
yeah, we like it. No complaints just yet. It's usually works until it doesn't, and then now you're really fired up. But call one is really really worked for us. So we like it. We like the way we're able to answer the phones when we're not here. That they ring like we were here, or somebody was out and doing something and at a meeting or something. So it's really we like that flexibility.
All right, any other comments or questions? We'll do roll call, please.
Jay,
Yes.
Jen,
Yes.
Greg Valley,
Yes.
Ellie,
Yes.
Greg Lewis.
Yes.
All right. Any special guests today
Special guests.
or communications? All right, we'll move on to the consent agenda, which includes the approval of the regular meeting minutes of July 20th, 2021.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda, including the regular meetings.
I'll second that.
Any questions or comments regarding the meeting? All right, we'll do a roll call then.
All right, Jim,
I'll abstain.
Greg Valley,
Yes.
Ellie,
Yes.
Greg Lewis.
Yes.
All right, moving on to staff and committee reports. Keith, you're up.
All right, you guys have my report in front of you, but I wanted to just highlight some of the things that have been going on this month. We got a lot of media attention from Fox 32 with the playground and the National Wheelchair World Series. I think we got a sweet spot. So I think they're looking for good news stories, and we have a lot of good news stories to provide. So we just had the playground, and that was something that was going, but got a good relationship with Natalie. I believe her name is now, the reporter, and she's willing to come out and do a bunch of stuff for us whenever we need it. We just have to pitch it, and hopefully that there's nothing big going on that happens when they did it. The one that they just did, she did that one like last week, but a lot of things in the world happened and they couldn't pitch it until we were gone. But we did, ironically, we got about 4 more players or people from around the area that called us and said, I would like to try it. So that's what it's all about. And, once we get it out, we can see if they like softball or like whatever, or send them somewhere that's closer, or just get more people involved. So the media is good. The Gaga ball pit and the fire pit have been installed. So, we're going to try playing Gaga ball today as staff. And then the fire pit area is out there for our parents if they want to just kind of hang out and chill. I'll get some seating. I'm trying to get some stuff donated to kind of do like patio seating outside, just to make the area festive and just like make a little destination spot for people to hang out while they wait for their kids and programs if they want to stay here. So it's pretty cool. Donations, fundraising, outreach, and grants. The softball team raised, as of August 12th, $11,000 to go, which is amazing. They were just really humping to get this covered, to make sure they, there's no burden on the agency, which we appreciate. Typically, the wheelchair basketball season helps with the wheelchair softball season because the softball season is only a couple months and the basketball goes more. So, but they really did a real good job. We came in third place, which we could have won the whole thing, but third place is great. We loved it. And then we're just working on more foursomes for our second golf outing, which is Friday, for the foundation. And then the last thing is the FEMA grant. We will be receiving some of the funds for the FEMA grant that we applied for. I think we only missed out on 15 of the expenses that we spent, 1,500. So we'll be getting about 98, I believe, was the total. So hopefully that'll be dropped in our account relatively soon. Don't know when. I had given up on it. I was like, I put it in the file. They're not sending us anything. And then I get another letter that says I need all this stuff. So we got all that done. And then on your folder in front of you, the Kindful report. We had in the report, we had put the wrong month, but you have the June through July. This is what has come in, an itemized report on that. It's a month behind when we reported, so some of the funds and some of the things are there. So yeah, it's just a really good tool, this Kindful. I really like it. Sends out the letters and all of that. So we will, upcoming events for me is the grand opening of the New Lenox Community Park District's fitness court. So we're going to do that this afternoon. Check that out. The foundation outing, the IPRA golf outing, and the NRPA conference. So we're excited about. Okay, that's my report. I have no idea. It says my iPhone. That's my iPhone working. Okay, that's my report.
All right, so.
Any questions? Sorry. Any questions? No?
Facility foreman, we had some broken tiles in the front by our sliding door that were repaired. John's Tough Shut is out there. He's very excited about it. It's spotless still. It's been there about a month. And we also got his overland powered wheelbarrow. So it's 2 new toys for John. He's really excited. So we're hoping to do a lot of work with that stuff. Support services supervisor, the fall brochure is actually now up. People have been registering. Numbers are looking decent. We still have to push a little bit, but it is up and going. Our website is actually live.
We'll give you a copy of the brochure to put in your books because we haven't done a full copy. So before you leave, just make sure you grab one to take with you. You can make copies.
And like I was saying, the website is live. So if you've checked it out, it's 10 times better than our old one. We'll say that. It's really nice. Tom did a really good job on it. And I know that we're going to be adding some blogs and stuff from our rec specialist. So I'm pretty excited about that. Freedom of information requests, we are up to date. You can see the 2 there listed that we did have in July. For my report, we are looking for fall staff. We've had a few interviews. Me and Tammy have had a few interviews come in, but we're still looking to hire probably 5 to 6 more individuals. I know everybody's having the same staffing issue too, so hopefully we all get there. Outreach, I've done a few golf outings with Nadine and Keith, which have been great because we got a lot of people for our golf outing. So it was really nice to get out there and meet new people and get some businesses that actually did manholes on ours. I also would like to thank one of our residents, Sarah. I met her at the park with her daughter, and she ended up coming in and teaching sign language to our staff, which was awesome. So, and she said that she is willing to do that again and again and again. She was really happy to do it. So that park is doing more than what we thought. We're making connections, I feel like, almost every day. Go down to the manager of recreation. Like I said, we're recruiting staff and volunteers. Transportation, there was a total of just under 6,400 miles put on the vehicles this month. Or last month, I feel like we finally used our buses for some of our Titans and our day camp. We did not do door-to-door transportation, which was a huge drop off from what we normally do. But the buses were all out and being used. So that was nice to see this summer. Tammy has also attached her report there for you guys to get any details. As Juanita's report, We have Virtual Titans and our Adult Day program, both doing really well. Those are full. If we go down to Special Olympics, we had a couple qualifiers. So we did tennis. We had, on Monday, the 26th, we also had softball in there and golf. So you can see who took home some trophies there and some first and second places, which is always good. If we go down to the adaptive sports, I know Keith kind of talked about it a bit, but they just traveled to the National Wheelchair Softball Tournament this past weekend, and they were able to take home 3rd place. So that was awesome. And then if we go on to the youth and special events coordinator, just pretty much summing up summer camp. So it was probably my favorite time of year, and I think it was great to see Brooke come in and jump right in, because it's never easy to start during summer camp. And her first day was summer camp, first day. So I think she did a really good job. We had a lot of awesome programs. We did an end of summer batch, our very last one, which was pretty popular. We had a magician. We had School of Rock from Okina that came out and played music for our guys. We had DJ Special K over here that was outside playing some music. We had glitter tattoos. We had a petting zoo. It was awesome. We had the fire department out. So it was a really big end of summer camp. So they did excellent on that as well. You guys have any questions for any program? That is all then.
All right, thank you very much. Anything from finance and personnel
At this time,
and facilities and planning?
Well, I think Keith needs to look into that tourism grant that came out. So that might throw something into rapid fire. Because I mean, this what you do with the wheelchair softball and then the basketball, maybe putting on another gym here. They qualify. I have a feeling it was written for the city of Chicago, but I mean, when you at first blush, it's in waves over periods of time, and it can go. I think it was over a 3-year period. So, and it's till the money's gone. So, I mean, I know there's no way we get the first thing because it's September 1st or 15th or something. But then maybe by December or the following one, we'd be ready to submit something. And I know we have a plan.
and we have a plan and we have a grant writer, so I possibly could get this. If I get it in our hands, we could get it out. This is what they do. It's what we pay.
So yesterday, South Suburban Legislative Meeting, Hollis brought up or somebody brought up the fact that I think there's a video presentation or something on the 26th of this month. So that would be
You said
worth,
you got it on the IPRA website.
yeah, that would be worth Keith's time and anybody else's time.
But that's a total of 10 million, right?
Oh, 10
With a
million.
maximum of $1 million per.
I didn't know that it put a max on it.
I think it said a maximum of $1 million per grant. But I could be wrong, but that was the way I interpreted it, was it's a max one, so then you had to have matching funds.
But they'd even let out a project that, as little as $10,000. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. If there's something out there,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll look into it. You know, our issue would be the matching. If there's anything, so we would have to go to the drawing board and figure that out for funding and matching till we pay off, you know, what we have to pay off and start building. But I mean, anything is worth it. So I definitely get this out to our person that's working on grant writing and see what we can do, because we do have the plans and we have how much it would cost a few years ago. So.
Yeah, I think the way I read it was, I think that they left it open-ended, like the matching part of it could be, you know, not necessary, it depended on the situation, but maximum $1 million.
We talk to the right person, this could happen.
Well, then I know I brought this up with our district, but I think every district needs to talk about that extra percent. So we can lay the foundation, because if this happens in a hurry, the fact that if he can keep using that, that might be the basis to move forward. To see how every district feels about that.
Yeah, to maintain that funding stream.
You know, and then just to go back for a minute, I mean, Keith sent out, the new auditors are pretty aggressive. They marked up our fund policy. It was sent to Greg and I, and the only comment I had is I think some of it, Keith needs to work through with them first, because one of it was in the event of another pandemic or something like that, at what point would like the balance of the other 2 cents or some portion of it, would it come back to keep them afloat? We talked about it, we never did a motion, but the auditor's asking is that something that would be written into the fund policy? At least that's one piece I picked up on that would require us all to talk about. So most of the rest of the stuff, they seem very on point, with what they want done. So that's all in the works. That's gonna take a little bit of time.
And we're also working with them with the foundation as well. So we just have to figure out what the foundation wants to do because their financials is a part of our financials. And we got to figure out that. So we're having some meetings with them and figure out if they want to go with Lauterbach, with using them as their accounting firm to kind of do the forms and things last year. There's not a lot that has been done since removing allows from their system and trying to do it themselves. So they just have to do some figuring out and where they want to stand, and then we can move forward with there. So, but yeah, they're very helpful. I'm glad we went that way with them, because I think either way, with accounting and our auditing, they're going to help us get to the next level, which we need to be at.
Anything under facilities and planning?
No, nothing under facilities and planning.
All right, old business, resolution number 21-4, fund balance policy.
We will still like to table that until we finish our audit for this year, which should be starting this month sometime. So we need to, so they're on top of it. They're sending aggressive timelines. So once we finish that, I think we'll be ready to go with that. So I'll keep it on here until we get it done and they get some more meat for time, and look in our financials and figure out where we are and give us some more recommendations to do that.
We need to go into executive session for that.
We do not.
Seeing no new business, director and commissioner comments. Yeah, you want to start us off?
I'm glad to make some acquaintances here. I've heard a lot from Audrey about all the folks that are working on this board, so hello.
All right, Greg, Vitale.
Yeah, just wanted to say I had a great time at the park grand opening. Thanks to the Lennox Park District and LWSRA for all of the work, not only at the event, but just leading up to it, with the park in general. Also had a blast at the golf outing, even though I golfed very poorly. As always, it was still fun, as always. And I do apologize, I will not be at the second one. I know, Melissa, it's your birthday, so happy early birthday, but I unfortunately not be around for that one.
Ellie.
Still settling in, but getting there every day. I'm looking forward to just continuing on this board, getting to know more of you and what goes on, and just figuring stuff out. So yeah, the grand opening was great. So we're just trugging right along.
Mr. Lewis.
No, it's a good team. Like I said, I know grand opening, Lincoln Way staff and my staff, and glad everybody made it out, because there was a lot of, besides, like I think Melissa alluded to, that park has been a networking hub. It was the first event we could get out with our legislators, learned a lot. Having the Will County, the rain date worked out, because then we had the Will County officials, which we haven't had, and they were full of information. I said it yesterday on the Zoom meeting, I'll say it again, if you're in Will County and you haven't gotten a list of lost revenue and potential projects to your representatives, get it there, because they're hot and heavy about sharing that money. So they're debating how that's gonna go one way or the other. So everybody keep, like I said, this thing was built to do what it's doing, and I'm really glad that we've got the people in place to make that happen. And I really mean that. I mean, I mean, even down to where the board members are now executive directors. I think that just helps the whole process.
That's everyone except for me, right? Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
For me, just thank you guys for all you do, but keep us abreast of what's going on in your individual park districts, because all of you are not the same. So we look at that when we're sending our staff and sending our participants to your building. So we try to, just kind of look at those guidelines and kind of see what we're gonna do. We know Frankfurt Square is more aggressive than most. So so it's just, you're not all the same and we can't assume it. So we are kind of looking at you guys as a guide of what we're doing and what we're gonna do for our building. But when we go into your building, we try to adhere to your policies if they are stricter than ours. So that's kind of the way we've been doing it. So just know that we are trying to make sure everything happens, but we do have guidelines here as well, and we're moving along, and we're going to continue to do that. So, but thank you guys for all your support. It's going to be a good ride. I think we got a lot of good stuff in the hopper. I feel it. I feel money coming, and I feel people coming. I feel it coming back. So I do think we're on the verge of something good. So thank you guys for all your support.
Yeah, I'd like to just echo, the park grand opening was fantastic. Obviously, the efforts towards getting the park in the condition it was in and having, and all the, the logistical stuff that we know takes a lot of time with staff, the hot dogs were fantastic.
They were.
They were good.
They're fantastic hot
I
dogs.
grabbed one on the way out as I was leaving, just like, oh, sure, I'll take a hot dog.
I
Man,
mean-
that was the best hot dog.
Good call on that.
Apparently Greg likes Oscar Mayer hot dogs, so.
It was specific. They're like, Greg has to have this hot dog. I'm like, okay.
That happened once. We had them left from T-ball, those little freaking skinny.
That's what I was expecting, and I was like in shock.
Yeah.
So Board of Food Service apparently is where you get your hot dog.
You can get them at CP too, you
Oh,
don't pay
okay.
more.
But the golf outing through the foundation last Friday was fantastic. I know all these guys, staff did a great job along with the foundation. It was an awesome day. And if anybody ever wants to win a golf outing, just call Tressler because they have a lot of good golfers in their firm.
It's any attorney firm.
Yeah, apparently, they play a lot of golf, but, and if you're lucky enough, one of them has an 18-year-old son that can hit the ball like 350 yards, so.
That was the managing partner.
Yeah, yeah. So, but it was an awesome time. It was great, and it was good to get out. For me personally, that was my first time golfing since COVID, and it was good. Very successful summer in programming. The numbers look good to be able to bounce back and have this success. Again, it's certainly a testament to you guys as staff and the organization as a whole. So continue the good work, and thank you very much. John O'Driscoll, do you have anything to say?
The guy who didn't golf.
Whether
We can't hear him. I don't know what.
I wish I'd been golfing. What was won? What was the top prize?
We won we did not win. The young man on my team won a foursome to the sanctuary.
Oh,
Nice.
So, yeah, it was made clear that day that John O'Driscoll is no longer on the invite list for golf outings.
I put in a good word for you.
You got an upgraded player.
Yeah, two, but, all right, well, that's, I think that's it. Is there any other comments?
Well, just I'm gonna give this to Keith. I'm gonna regress for 1 minute. We developed, and it's been through our legal, I'd like to see Lincoln Way do something, that whole medical cannabis. So we have a form that if somebody has to administer, that they'll fill out. So I just think it's important to document that stuff, so I don't, doesn't have to be the same version, but I mean, come up with some kind of version. If that in fact becomes something that needs to happen on site.
Mhm. We're working on something like that for the league. That's something digitally that's going in, so.
All right, well, that's it. Can we have a motion to adjourn, please?
All motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
We need a roll call.
All right, Greg Sally,
Yes.
Ellie,
Yes.
Greg Lewis.
Yes.
Jay
Yes.
and Jim.
Yes.
All right, meeting adjourned at 10:03.
That was efficient.
Take care, folks.
Take it easy.
Yeah.